going on, guys? JD from New York here, and this is WWE Off The Script. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this final part of your weekend, Sunday morning, week ending December 7th, 2014. If you guys are new to my channel, what the fuck are you waiting for, man? Hit that subscribe button, because this is the #1 source, not only for WWE news and rumors, but for WWE 2K15 content right here on YouTube.com. This is the real Mr. 9 to 5. If you guys missed any of my previous videos, Off the Script, number 42, part 1 and 2 respectively, links will be in the description below. Lots of CM Punk news this weekend. He was on Colt Cabana's podcast again for round 2, taking questions from fans. They got over 10,000 emails flooded to Colt Cabana's email, and it pretty much shut the servers down for whatever he's doing over there for his Art of Wrestling podcast. It's crazy. A lot of CM Punk news. I talk about that in part 1. In part 2, CM Punk, is he headed to Ultimate Fighting Championship? Dana White says that he is interested in talking to CM Punk. There are even rumors going around that Dana White will announce the signing of CM Punk at UFC 181. I don't know how true that rumor is, but I give you all the exclusive backstage detail regarding CM Punk and Dana White in part 2. Go and check that out. If YouTube seem to have fucked up your sub boxes, which I'm sure they're doing that to a lot of people, because my WWE content is really, really not getting off the ground. I don't understand what's going on. It's really, really discouraging. All right, so if you guys missed any of that, links are down below in the description. Please go and check that out. Support, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for your continued love and support of this channel and this series and my content. It greatly, I greatly appreciate it. It means the world to me, okay? Number 2, moving on. We got the guys over at Chairshot Reality, Joe Cronin and TRN. Those 3 channels you can find down in the description below. If you guys want additional content besides JD here on Off the Script, those 3 channels will give you everything you need when it comes to professional wrestling. Labar, Eisenberg, and Ghoulish on Chairshot Reality. Then you got TRN. Then you got Joe Cronin. All their social media links will be down below in the description. Go and check those guys out. Show them some love and tell them that you're going over there courtesy of JD, okay? And I want to get something off my chest, guys, before I get into the news and rumors. I don't have a big story for part 3. It's kind of all over the place. It's just like a fun bag of news, mixed news. Not one story really stands out as a headliner, but I'm going to go through it anyway. Lots of little pieces of information that I'm sure you guys are very interested in hearing. But I do want to get something off my chest. There was one comment. Now, he didn't say anything negative, and he says that he thoroughly enjoys my channel, and he's a fan of my content, etc., etc. But I want to get this out there so that you guys understand where I'm coming from. And I've discussed this several times before in the past, okay? A lot of you guys don't understand that I am passionate about WWE wrestling. This is what I love, okay? There's not many things in this world that keep me at ease and, make me happy. WWE is one of them. Talking about WWE in a professional manner right here on YouTube is one of the things that makes me happy, because it gives me an outlet to express myself, okay? The comment said, JD, what is with all the spam of WWE in my sub box every weekend? I enjoy your content, I enjoy your channel, and I subscribe to you because I know you play Call of Duty and are avid, a Call of Duty fan and enthusiast, etc., etc. Okay? If you're a fan of my channel, number 1, you know what I do on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so this should come as no surprise, okay? WWE 2K15 is something everyone has wanted to see on my channel, so I'm giving it to you guys now. People are starting to complain that I'm spamming, okay? I'm not one of the ones that are fortunate enough to be growing at a rate where, others are when it comes to WWE 2K15. In fact, YouTube is actually fucking my videos up. They're not reaching sub boxes. Meanwhile, other people in the community are gaining thousands upon thousands of subs a day based off career mode. That's not me. I wish it was, but it's not me. So I gotta keep the truck rolling down the highway. Okay? If you guys don't like my WWE content, don't watch. I give you guys Call of Duty 2 to 3 times a week. How much more Call of Duty do you want from me? I can't play it every day. Advanced Warfare is fucking garbage. Okay, do you understand that? It is fucking dreadful. You're lucky I'm even doing a Road to Command or a Road to Prestige. You're lucky that I'm even attempting to do 15 Prestiges in Advanced Warfare. That's how fucking bad it is. I haven't played the game all weekend, and I refuse to play it on the weekend when there's Clan Wars. I don't want to put myself through that. I would rather stay on Destiny and fight the same fucking bosses over and over and over again in hopes of getting some type of new legendary or exotic equipment. That's what I'm going to do. If you guys don't want to see my WWE shit, don't watch. It makes me happy. It's my channel. And if you're a fan of my content, you would have come to realize that we're 42 episodes in for this show. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday has been the fucking schedule for it. Leave it as it is, okay? I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna talk about what I want on here. I don't give a shit if I plug my friends. They deserve it. They helped me out. They're reaching out to me, okay? And I'm doing them a favor by fucking letting you all know there's other outlets for WWE out there in case you want to go down that route. Alright? I do what I do on here. Nobody tells me what to do. If you don't like my WWE shit, if you don't like my WWE 2K15 stuff, don't watch. Plain and simple. I'm going to continue giving you entertaining, live commentaries, Call of Duty commentaries, sit-down commentaries. I'm going to continue to bring you Call of Duty. I can't do Call of Duty 7 days a week. I don't want to grow my channel on that. Why do you think I always had the WWE in my back pocket? Other friends of mine are doing GTA and they're leaving Call of Duty behind because it's fucking garbage. They want another outlet to get themselves across on. They're doing GTA. I always had WWE in my back pocket. If you don't respect that, please unsub and don't fucking watch my content. Plain and simple, okay? The majority of my fans, the majority of my subscribers subbed to me because I was a Call of Duty channel. The WWE stuff was always secondary, okay? It's no secret that I love WWE. It's no secret that I would love a spot in the wrestling industry doing commentating or an interviewer or fucking working for WWE one day. I don't fucking know. But I do it because I love it and I'm passionate about it. Not many people on YouTube can say, you know what, I come on here and I'm passionate and I love what I do. I love what I talk about. You know? I do. I love doing this for you guys every week. It keeps me enthused. It keeps me on my toes. It keeps me with something to do in the fucking dead of winter, man. Alright? So if you don't like it, don't watch. Plain and simple. If you don't like my content, unsub. I don't give a fuck. Alright? I'm gonna grow regardless, with or without you here. Plain and simple, and I wasted enough time on that fucking bullshit, man. I had a nice little conversation with Soldier. YouTube's fucked up, man. Tonight. I talked to him. YouTube's fucked up. And if you don't know Mr. Soldier, I'm going to plug him down in the comments, too. I'm going to plug him down in the description. Go and check him out if you guys want even more Call of Duty stuff, because I'm not the only one who does Call of Duty. A lot of people are backing away, but some of us still continue to truck along because that's what our fans want. I'm not going to give up Call of Duty. I'm not going to give up WWE either. So if you don't like some of my content, you don't have to watch it. There's other people that will. Alright? Moving on. WWE news, week ending December 7th, 2014. This is Off The Script. Thank you guys for watching me on your Sunday morning, wherever you may be. Grab a cold fucking beverage. I got Poland Spring today, no beer, because I was all beered out during the week. So I'm drinking a nice water, hydrating myself once again. And the fact that I had fucking Chipotle chips, the most saltiest fucking things ever, man. I've been fucking guzzling water all night, and that's the last time I buy fucking chips from Chipotle again. But regardless of that, I'm going on and on. It's my fucking show, man. I can talk about whatever the fuck I want. Well, I'm going to start off with Brock Lesnar, alright? Brock Lesnar, WWE World Heavyweight Champion, as you guys know, has been removed from the upcoming December 8th edition of Monday Night Raw, which is the Slammies, okay? Previously reported, Lesnar was set to appear on the show, which will emanate from Greensville, South Carolina. Oh, big deal. South Carolina, another one of them fucking crowds, right before a pay-per-view that's gonna be fucking dead. Plain and simple. Those fucking southern states don't really know how to react when WWE's in town, man. They're always sitting on their fucking hands, too afraid to fucking make some noise in the arena. I can't stand that shit. But that's going to be Slammy Awards show. That's going to take place that same night. Lesnar was rumored, or is rumored, to be winning the Oh My God Moment of the Year Slammy as he ended The Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania 30 in April. I don't expect anything else to win that award. But who knows? This is WWE. Who the fuck knows what they got going on? However, Lesnar is no longer appearing on the program. WWE World Heavyweight Champion Lesnar has not appeared on WWE programming since suffering a loss to John Cena via disqualification at Night of Champions in September. The company will have to pay the champion big bucks to appear on television and will only have him booked for a show as he builds towards a pay-per-view match. WWE waffled back and forth. They waffled. Can I get that with some fucking butter and some syrup and some blueberries? I would love blueberries on my waffles. Making myself fucking hungry, but apparently WWE waffled back and forth about whether they would book Lesnar vs. Cena for the TLC. Tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs. Fucking jerk that one. Fucking ridiculous, man. Tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs. I went over that in yesterday's Off the Script, too. If you missed it, link down below. Fuck that, man. What a fucking pathetic name for a pay-per-view. I'm calling it TLC because that's the way it's supposed to be fucking named. Right? They were thinking about booking Lesnar versus Cena for TLC, but apparently they're not going with that. Cena's going to face Rollins in a tables match at the annual December pay-per-view. It's obvious that Lesnar will now be challenged by the leader of the C-Nation at the Royal Rumble. Those are not my words. This is taken right from the fucking dirt sheets. I don't know who writes like that. He's not the fucking leader of the C-Nation. John Cena is John Cena in my eyes, okay? This means WWE doesn't need to book Lesnar for Raw before TLC if he's not appearing at the TLC event. The current WWE World Heavyweight Champion is scheduled for appearances following TLC, however, including December 15th, one night following TLC pay-per-view, so the Fallout show on Monday Night Raw after the TLC pay-per-view. Lesnar is no longer listed for next week's Raw on WWE.com, which will be held at the Bon Secours Wellness Arena. The official website of the venue has also removed Lesnar from his promotional material online. However, multiple ads in the Greensville area advertise Lesnar all throughout the December Monday Night Raws, okay? Or that particular Monday Night Raw. The following dates are now advertised to feature the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. This is Brock Lesnar's current schedule for the remainder of the year going into January 2015. December 15th. Detroit, Michigan, Monday Night Raw. December 29th, Washington, D.C., Monday Night Raw. January 12th, New Orleans, Louisiana. January 12th there, Monday Night Raw. January 19th, Dallas, Texas. And January 26th, Hartford, Connecticut, okay? One of those being the Royal Rumble. Now, that's Brock Lesnar. We got that out of the way. Those are the dates, 5 dates he will be appearing on. So if you guys are anxious to see Brock Lesnar, he will be returning to WWE on December 15th, which I'm sure will be setting up his feud for the Royal Rumble, my favorite pay-per-view of the calendar year in WWE. All right, moving on, we got a new report from this guy, Mets Fan Forever, Reddit user, who likes to predict WWE, says he knows someone in WWE's chain, one of the higher-ups. He has revealed a number of WWE-related stories before, including CM Punk and AJ getting married, discusses Triple H and Stephanie's attitude during Raw on December 1st. The program was the first WWE show to be produced since Punk revealed why he left in January on November 27th, which Punk appeared on the Colt Cabana, The Art of Wrestling podcast. If you missed it, what the fuck you waiting for, man? One of the best podcasts, if not the best show I think I've ever heard. As far as a wrestling podcast goes. Now, the report states that tensions were running high behind the curtain. The episode emanated from Tulsa, Oklahoma, another one of them southern crowds, who said, it was said to be nerve-wracking, to say the least, backstage. Apparently, WWE tried to stay away from Stephanie McMahon and Triple H because of how livid they were about Punk's comments and his revelation online. According to Mets Fan Forever on Reddit, there was even a closed-door meeting between the former Authority personalities and WWE CEO Vince McMahon to discuss all things said by Punk and what WWE was going to do about it. You can't do jack shit about it, motherfucker. Alright? And pardon my fucking language, but you can't do anything about it. They tried to retaliate with the Vince McMahon podcast on the WWE Network with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Who knows if Vince was telling the truth and was being genuine, but he apologized to CM Punk. He wants to work with Punk in some capacity. If you guys missed my review of that podcast, Behind the Mic number 7, you can check that out down below. Punk, in turn, called Vince McMahon's apology full of shit, and it was fake. All right, so WWE, they can't do anything about it, and I don't think they will do anything about it. As previously reported, Punk disclosed a number of different things during this interview with longtime friend and former WWE employee Colt Cabana. Punk used Cabana's podcast, The Art of Wrestling, to share a story stating that why he left the WWE was mostly for his health, but was then fired by the company on his wedding day, which he feels like was a calculated and deliberate move by Triple H, Stephanie, and Vince McMahon, and I totally agree with him, because you don't send FedEx overnight to the guy on his wedding day simply to say congratulations like that. Okay, he gets it in the mail overnight. It was done deliberately. It was done with malicious intent. He opens it up. It's his termination papers. He's been fired right before he says, I do, to AJ Lee. So it was calculated. It was deliberate. And that is fucked up by all three individuals. While it is uncertain as to what was said behind closed doors, McMahon did take the opportunity to, to go live on the WWE Network immediately following Raw on December 1st to address Punk and his comments. McMahon was the featured guest on a live edition of the Steve Austin Show podcast with WWE Hall of Famer Stone Cold Steve Austin. During their discussion, Austin asked McMahon if he wanted to talk about Punk, and McMahon obliged without dodging any questions. Immediately, McMahon apologized to Punk for sending his termination notice on June 13th, which happened to be the day that Punk and Lee were getting married. He then said that he hopes that WWE and Punk will one day work together again. McMahon went on to compare Punk and WWE's situation with Austin's former issues with the company, as well as situations that were similar between WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan and WWE and the late, great Ultimate Warrior. Each one of these iconic superstars at some point had issues with the company and McMahon himself, but eventually worked things out and came back to do business in some way with the WWE. Regardless of what's been said or how crazy the atmosphere is backstage, McMahon seemingly wants Punk back in some capacity someday. However, bygones may not be bygones yet between the best in the world and the billion-dollar princess, as well as the game, Triple H. Just a follow-up to let you guys know what the backstage morale is in WWE following Punk's, really, really, really in-depth comments about WWE and how they do business, all right? TNA news to you TNA guys out there, if anybody fucking still cares about them now that they're moving from Spike TV to Destination America. I don't know who the fuck gets Destination America, but I know I don't, so I won't be watching TNA. Rumors have circulated regarding the former WWE champion and current TNA wrestler, Kurt Angle, all right, and his future with the company and professional wrestling in general. And who would he be signing with as his recent contract with TNA came to a close? After months of speculation, Angle has announced his intentions in an interview on The Swerve with Vince Russo. Angle announced he will be resigning with Dixie Carter's company as it moves Impact Wrestling from Spike to Destination America. The move comes as little surprise to most, as it's been expected he will return to the company he has spent the last 8 years with. Rumblings have circulated on his new deal, and that it would be a part-time contract, as he is now recovering from multiple health issues, including an ACL tear in his knee. At one point, the former WWE champion and TNA champion had no, had no ACL at all. He had no ACL at all. That's how badly injured he was. There had been speculation WWE was at one point interested in bringing Angle back into the fold, but the schedule would prove to be too rigorous for him. It has been long rumored that WWE Chairman Vince McMahon was against bringing Angle back because of the concern over his physical and mental health and did not want any negative association with the former Olympian should anything tragic ever happen. Give me a fucking break. It had also been said that WWE Executive Vice President of Talent Relations Triple H was attempting to block a move to bring Angle back. Fuck you, Triple H. Russo addressed these rumors with Angle in the interview, who said while he had not spoken with Triple H, has no issues with him. He also revealed he and McMahon recently buried their multi-year hatchet and are on good speaking terms once again. Angle left WWE in 2006 after coming to blows with McMahon over his schedule amidst dealing with major health issues. He has been with TNA ever since. He noted in an interview with Vince Russo he plans on going into coaching amateur or professional wrestling or serving as an agent once he retires within the next year or two. I don't understand why they wouldn't bring back Kurt Angle. I think Kurt Angle still has a lot to give to the wrestling world, especially WWE. WWE really wanted to make their brand feel somewhat special again, being that they're on fucking they're rolling up Schitt's Creek right now because it's fucking awful. I don't see how bringing Angle back can be anything but positive. You know, he's not going to die in the ring. You know, give him a Brock Lesnar schedule. Pay the man what he's worth because I know he can still go in the ring. Fucking Triple H, man. These higher-ups don't know what the fuck they're doing, man. They have all the power, and then they want to wield it like they're some fucking big wig. And, you know, during this entire thing, they're just making wrong decisions. They don't know. Half of these people don't know what the fuck they're doing with the WWE. You know? I don't know what the fuck's going on. But if I was in charge, I would have immediately brought back Kurt Angle. Just like how I would make an attempt to bring back the Dudley Boys. When Jeff Hardy's contract is expired, I would bring him back, man. These are individuals and wrestlers that we still want to see in the WWE. They have a long, tenured, storied history in WWE. Of course, we all want to see them come back home. I don't understand why Kurt Angle, WWE didn't want to bring Angle back. I just still don't believe it. Now he's going to be stuck in TNA. Now he's going to be on Destination America. Nobody's going to be watching them. You know, they may have gotten a little bit better. The product may have gotten better, but that's not by choice, man. They were forced to get better. Otherwise, nobody would have gave them a TV deal. So it was pretty much desperation or nothing for TNA. That's exactly what they did. But Angle re-signs with TNA. Sorry to hear that. I would have loved to see him back in WWE. All right. Also, amidst multiple WWE superstars and executives, including most recently CM Punk and Vince McMahon, stating that TNA Wrestling is not in the same league as WWE, Dixie Carter claims that TNA is indeed WWE's competition. LOL. Really. In a recent Royal Ramblings blog interview with Carter, I don't know what the fuck that is, TNA's president responds to McMahon's claim that TNA is not competition against WWE by saying very bluntly that she believes that they are. When discussing McMahon's latest comments regarding TNA during a special with Steve Austin, Carter said, "Well, I think it's ridiculous to say that we're not competition. If we weren't competition, they wouldn't try to stop our growth at every turn. We're both wrestling companies and so competing for the same networks internationally and the same ticket sales globally, and therefore you are competitors, but all we can do is focus on what we do best. My big focus for 2015 is to further distinguish our product from anybody else's out there." Wow, really? Maybe you should have did that before you started to collapse. What can we do better, and what have we been doing great that we can take to another level? We're going to be announcing in the coming weeks some really exciting new changes to our show, and that's the big part. Trying to make our brand much more distinctive than not just WWE, but other wrestling companies around the world. Carter also discussed TNA's move from Spike TV to Destination America, Kurt Angle's resigning with the company, and who she believes is the next big star in her company. In regards to the latter, Carter states, "I'm a huge fan of Bobby Lashley. I think he had an outstanding year. He may not be one of the new guys, but he came back so fresh and was a beast in the ring. I'm so proud of the matches he had. We threw every kind of style at him, and he had great matches with everybody. Of the young guys, I think what we're doing with the tag teams right now and the Wolves were a big part of the revitalization of TNA. I'm really looking forward to an exciting change in the X Division this year as well. I'm a huge EC3 fan, and I'm not just because he's my nephew. but because he has everything it takes to be a superstar. Bram surprised me this year. He was fantastic. It's like asking, who's your favorite child? Everyone contributes, and there's not one of the talents on our roster that I am not proud of. All right? 2 more news articles before I end this week's Off the Script, guys. According to local Fox affiliate, Fox 5 in Atlanta, Georgia, an arrest warrant has been issued for WWE superstar Heath Slater. The warrant is in response to an incident allegedly occurring at an after-party for WrestleMania 27 held at the Georgia Dome in 2011. According to the police report, Slater's real name, Heath Miller, is accused of putting a female security guard in a chokehold and attempting to drag her through an elevator to his hotel room at the Hyatt Regency. Because of the altercation, the police security guard, her name Corinne Oliver, despite the incident being reported immediately afterwards, she suffered damage to 5 vertebrae in her back. She also claims that other wrestlers saw the incident and did nothing about it. All right, police held off on filing a report until several months later. A WWE spokesman has noted that the lawsuit is not against WWE, but against Slater himself. There is still speculation as to whether Slater will turn himself into Atlanta police because the incident allegedly occurred more than 3 years ago. The charges against him are for assault and battery, which could explain as to why the report has taken so long to be processed. Slater is a 3-time WWE Tag Team Champion, all with former Nexus and Core members, Justin Gabriel. It is unknown as to whether this will have an effect on Slater's on-camera time, as he is currently in a tag team with Titus O'Neil. Well, I really hope this works out in the best possible way for Heath Slater. I don't want to see anyone go through that, but it really doesn't look good. She's claiming that she was dragged into an elevator, she was put into a chokehold, that other wrestlers were there and they did nothing about it. He must have been drunk after WrestleMania. Obviously, WrestleMania is big. All the wrestlers are there relaxing after the show. They're partying. You know, congratulatory drinks going around. He might have got a little rowdy and made some fucking stupid mistakes. But if he is out for arrest, if they got a warrant for his arrest and they take him in, it's not going to be good for Heath Slater. He could be part of the rumored budget cuts to be occurring early 2015. I'm surprised there hasn't been any budget cuts lately. But if they do occur, and they do happen again, I could see Slater being part of that. You know, Slater has a decent look, man. I would like to see him a little bit more serious in the mid-card. Maybe they could, you know, feud him with somebody decent. You know, try and get him over. But it doesn't look good for Slater, and they may completely take him off TV for this incident. So, I don't know what's going on. I really do wish the best for Heath Slater in this, but it could potentially be a career-changing decision here if they decide to file a lawsuit against him and he's found guilty of assault and battery. You know, he may not have a career anymore. So the last one that got into a scuffle with the police was one of the former Ascension members. I forgot what his name was. Though if you guys figure that one out, if you guys know, let me leave it in the comments. But I know the former Ascension, one of the guys in the Ascension, had a scuffle with a police officer. Got violent with a police officer, and the next day, gone. He fucked his career up. So I could see the same thing happening to Slater, but as of right now, we got to wait and see. So hopefully this turns out to be nothing, and Heath Slater can resume his WWE career. And finally, guys, as noted a couple weeks ago right here on Off the Script, Rey Mysterio recently met with Vince McMahon backstage at a recent Raw. It looks like Rey Mysterio has had a change of heart and will be staying with WWE and will resign with them before his contract expires in May. Dr. Lucha, Steve Sims, said on the Figure 4 Daily audio show that WWE was willing to spend more money to keep him because they have such a large Hispanic audience. A lot of the stuff that Mysterio will be doing will be outside the ring and will do a lot of things for the company as an ambassador. In other words, he'll have a limited in-ring schedule. Rey has a lot of friends in the company, and despite his differences with Vince McMahon, he's realized that this is the best situation for him economically, and what was offered to him was hard to turn down. This essentially kills off any possibility of Rey signing with Lucha Underground or AAA in Mexico. There you have it, guys. Off the Script, number 42, part 3, in the books. Let me know what you think down below of all the biggest stories this week in WWE that you heard right here, exclusively on Off the Script. This is your #1 source for all WWE news and rumors right here on YouTube.com. If you missed any one of my previous videos of Off The Script, link is down below. Podcast Aftermath with Steve Austin and Vince McMahon. My thoughts and opinions. Behind the Mic #7. Link down below. Chairshot Reality. Joe Cronin. TRN. All their social media links will be down below in the description. WWE 2K15. All my career mode and universe mode in the description down below. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Leave a like on your way out the door. Greatly helps out my channel. And I will see you guys, hopefully, for a Monday Night Raw review. What's coming up this week for my WWE guys. Hopefully a Monday Night Raw review. NXT TakeOver Revolution Thursday. I'll be reviewing the show immediately following that on the WWE Network. And I'll be right back here on Friday with Off The Script. And then we got Hell in a Cell on Sunday. Big week, guys. It's going to be a big, big week. Thank you for watching. Take care. And I will see you all next week right here on YouTube.com. See you guys later.